Welcome, welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. As usual, as soon as we start this program, you have the power to pick up your telephone and give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything: politics, religion, socioeconomic issues, any issue trending, any topical issue of the day. You have a number of international issues raging. In Grenada here, we never have a dull moment. We have other issues on health, abortion, homosexuality, all other issues. So we have no boundaries. We encourage you to be respectful and punch. We express our opinion on any subject matter. We fear no subject matter. The number to call is 442-0175. We're very passionate about speaking the truth. For too long in Grenada, radio personalities and propagandists have just lied. And I don't think it is necessary to lie on politicians. Politicians just do so much around things, and they're under so much public scrutiny. We don't have to tell lies on them. It is one of the professions that I don't like to criticize much, because I believe they are more taxed than any other profession. When they're involved in politics, their family is there, their friends, their cousins. If they have a woman, you drag the woman in it. If they hide in to make a little blow, you bring it in the public. So I believe that politicians are the biggest stinkers in the country. So we want to stick with the truth. If you hear me say at any time anything that is not the truth, correct me. Because I'm speaking spontaneous. I don't have a script. So your mouth could slip and you could say something that is not true. We want to stick with the truth, but you could express your opinion. We are on RealFM 91.9, YouTube, Facebook. We encourage you to share our program. It's always good for us when you share the program. Share, like, and subscribe to the program. Social media is a big thing now. So when you subscribe to the program, we benefit. The program, anytime the program comes, automatically you will be notified. I always encourage people to let the children listen to my program. That's one of the reasons I came on radio. I was dissatisfied with the education system, the productivity level in the education system. I'm not speaking about content. Every time you speak about productivity, people jump on content as a subterfuge, as an excuse not to produce. I want us to produce. Today, our children is back to school after they eat ham, jam, lamb, cake. Parents drink wine, they enjoy themselves. Yesterday was the baptism of Christ. Christmas is over. The children is back to school. I am dissatisfied with a lot of parents. And anytime I say parents, I put emphasis on women. 60% of the household in Grenada is led by women. And between 0 and 16 years, the woman spends more time with the child than the man. And even the homes, a significant percentage of the homes that are dominated by man, the woman have veto power. So I would like our women to get hungry for education, to want education bad. To recognize if we are to change our economic situation, our socioeconomic status, our children have to do better. Most of us in the departure lounge. So it's the future we're speaking about. And the children is the future. Call up Punch.
Good day, sir.
Yes, my brother. Welcome, my brother.
I was just speaking to a gentleman who told me he got his letter So he works in the money for a couple of years, and they just let him know that his training went too long, so he got to let him go home. And he say, you think he asked him how much? I said, give me a total of how much of. He said, he don't know how much. I don't know. So it's a team of people.
Let me ask you a question. We could do something a different way. Normally, we encourage these people not to call us. Because if they call us, we're afraid MIT go fire them. But if you get some information from this one, the one that give you, that inform you, get his name and get information from him. So we could compile information and use it.
Okay.
That is what we have to do. We don't want them call on the radio for people to recognize their voice. Because MIT is going around and victimizing people in this area. So when you gather the information for them, get the information, and we could do the research now and use the information to challenge and dare the government.
Okay.
That is the way we have to approach it. Yes, we have another issue. Go ahead.
In my 49 years since I run politics, since I did around the political arena a lot of years from a little boy upwards, and it is the first time I see right now that people have a team, a government, nobody went in the love for love of the country, neither love of people. You have a leader have to try his best to cabinet together. I think that's a dangerous trend. Right now, when you look at the people of this, they only there to money, reason money. So they have to take any insult from the leader. They want the money. So the leader could tell them anything. He could push them around anytime. All concerned, they want the money. So where we heading? What will happen if the system? What happened? They only there to money, not to love of people, and not because they have a passion for the job anymore. They want money. Oh, they're paying big money. They're paying big money. I am seeing we heading down a precipice because this, in the first 3 months of this government, I see danger. It's come. We don't see nothing yet. We have a lot more to see because nobody there is genuine. I don't agree with me. Tomorrow I will touch more on our independence, but in the meantime, I see that nobody cares about country. We receiving a big salary. I don't know if you agree with me, sir. Yeah.
What you wanted to say about independence?
Pardon me?
Well, you say tomorrow you're going to touch on it. All right, okay. Yeah. Yes, the question of the imman program, it is sad, and I don't know why. I've been calling on some individuals in the NDC. You all have to take a good mirror. Go and stand up in the front of the mirror and say the word imman. Because in 2008, 2013, you all told the people who was involved in the imman program that you're going to raise the salary to $1,000. You told them that they're like your children. You love them. You told them you would not disband the program. You closed down the imman program and you fire the majority of them. Now in 2022, when you're campaigning, you apologized to the imman. You said to them what we did was a mistake. We're going to make you permanent. You lied to them again. Now you understand you intend to raise some of them pay, but you fire in the majority of them. Now I don't understand. And I try to dig deep, and I have difficulties understanding. Why is it the National Democratic Congress hate this program so much? It's not to say you don't have money. It's not to say you could come up with justification or reasons. Over 3,000 people was employed in the program in 2013 when the government came in power. Under a year, the government employed 3,000 to 4,000 young people. I visited the area where they gathered in Grenville. I saw their faces. I had the opportunity to interview about 50 of them, about 7 on radio. Why are you against the program? The idea didn't come from you. You can come up with a better program. Why go after these young people? Yes, caller, welcome.
Sir Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, caller, welcome.
I didn't get letter, but I get fired.
You didn't get letter?
No, I just get fired. And I was told I have 60 years and I have rental. I have a place renting. But God is good.
All the time.
Yes, all the time God is good.
Well, sister, you knew they would have fired.
Yes, man.
Because they told you. Yeah. This little sister, she knew they would have fired. I had the opportunity to speak to her before, and I discouraged her from calling the program. I said, don't call the program. I didn't even want them to see me stand up speaking to her. It's a sad story. But since they came in, at one case, the minister, the parliamentary representative in this area, with negotiation with her, and she negotiated, I guess, and they kept back the workers, but they fired the one that was in charge. And they let go about 2 others in the group because they say they're working on red or whatever. They have 2 strokes against them. But this one, they was very dismissive of her. They say, you're 59, so you could check your days. And she reached 60. And they got rid of her. But they have people 63 and 64 working. 63 and 64 years in the same group. I don't know if it's about 10 or 12 of them in the group working. They tell her she should have voted NDC. And this is what is sad, and this is what I spoke about weeks ago, months ago, and I continue to speak about that. When you continue to fracture our country and practice this victimization at this level, you're talking about caregivers. They were working for $700. Caregivers. Women between 35 and 60 were the women employed in that position. You're talking about what political influence Sholian have that you get rid of her. And I think it's so sad, it's so unfortunate. And that is one of the challenge the NDC have. And I say to people, go back and study NDC. NDC fire. Even the members of NDC, go back and check all the people who were in NDC and they fired them. They fired 10 one time. But before that, they fire other individuals. They are moderates. They are the ones that are going to say, you can't do this thing. So we have a very radical group now, led by the directors of hate. And they're greedy. They are vultures. They prey on the elderly, the physically challenged, disadvantaged children, the people in the same sister calling the care group, the immanis, contract workers. These are the people the NDC prey on. I mean, how do you explain a group of people coming and in less than 2 years, several million of dollars was loaned to ministers and high-ranking members of the National Democratic Congress? How do you explain that? You have people who are the hierarchy of the NDC. They are the agents for the CBI program. These people are receiving gifts from companies. And I understand some of the gifts value over 30,000 US. And they're not reporting it to the Integrity Committee. And while they're doing that, Shirley and Robinson was crying out. Shirley lost her job. The workers in the Grand Bay Estate lost their job. The workers in Pest Management Unit lost their job. Over 3,000 workers lose their job, and others continue to lose their jobs. And while they're doing that, the NDC have about 50 people. They have them on all boards. Although the Prime Minister said over 1,500 people volunteer within 6 days. They send in their CV. I understand about 50 people that are on all boards. This is the worst group of individuals that is leading this country post 1967. We're celebrating 50 years of independence. That should be a call for unity. Instead of that, it seems we have a third party dictating our foreign policy. When these things happen, I appeal to parents. Be careful with your children in school. Our children in school is shaft. A lot of your children in school are shaft. They're setting them up. When they exit school, they would not have the qualification. They would not have the basic certification to be comparable on the job market. You could take me on that, you know. I told you before, 70% of the people that exit school do not have a basic qualification. So the statistics in the Caribbean will tell you that 60% of the people looking for job don't have the talents, the qualification, and the certification for the jobs available. So it simply means not that there are not jobs available. You know. Your children don't have the qualification. This government, every day you believe the NDC cannot go lower at the cesspool of corruption it takes place. A minister is removed from cabinet. This is natural. Nothing is wrong with that. But it seems to us, based upon the information we're hearing, that the government is paying the minister to stay quiet. So they remove from cabinet, but they're getting the pay. Now, who is paying that individual? If that is not corruption, Willie, Uncle Tilly, Brother Nazim, Franca Bonadine, tell us what is. I constantly say to the people in the lower socio-income group, when I speak, I hope the people whose children are exiting school and do not have the basic requirement, listen to me. Your children go in primary school. That is the best chance you get. In national college, you could hope for the best. The die is already cast there. In secondary schools, well, you have a chance up to Form 2 or 3 to intervene. When I speak to some children in Form 3 and 4, and I ask what subject that they are doing in school, after they tell me, I wish them well. I say, you need prayers. I'm sorry for you. The package of subjects they're doing is disadvantageous to their ability on the job market. The best chance you have is when your child goes in primary school. All the schools in Grenada, well, the Presentation Boys College is slightly different. They have a strong musical choir group, I believe. The other schools don't have. And if they have, what they have don't make sense. So your children are going in school. Every month we have some big show in Grenada. Sellout shows. As soon as the drum beat, you 2-year-olds starting to whine. You children in school, they whine like plane. They showing the tattoo below the navel. But music is not a serious part in school. Where are the choirs in school? Emanuela and Auntie live quite African come in Grenada. Some Grenadians are forced to watch the African comedian shows. They start to speak like African now. Where are the concerts in school? All the schools have fair. Some have a fair and dance. No concerts. So your child is already not performing well in school. There were the groups in school where parents are walking on your head out. So you don't see the chaff in your children. Look back in the community where you're from. And look at the children that are doing well in school. And find out who the parents is. See the interest the parents show in their education. Now in years to come, whose children are going to be holding the big jobs? Your child is being shafted. And this Minister of Education is a vulture. They remove money from the children in the lower income group. And they claim they're paying tuition for everybody. Well, already the government before were paying the tuition for those who could not pay. So if you want to pay for everybody, why disadvantage those who were struggling to pay bus in school? I mean, that don't make sense. They're giving you the impression it is an achievement. But at what expense? What price? The people in the lower income group are paying to pay tuition for those who could have paid. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. I appeal to parents. And I'm not speaking about bright people, children, no. I'm not speaking about the rich people that could have afternoon class and pay teachers to teach their children privately. I'm speaking to you, the 70% that are likely to leave school without a basic education. You don't have the necessary qualification to go to university. You have to take the bull by the horn. Sometimes, when your hand in the lion mouth, jerk out the tongue. Don't pet the lion. You have your little children in primary school. That's where it starts. Pay attention to the education. Pay attention to the education. This thing has nothing to do with genetics. It is man-made environmental condition. They shuffling your child in school. Your children live in school, they're not successful. They're not in any group. So the neighboring villages, there is no factor to socialize the neighboring villages. So they're more likely to end up warring. That is the Jamaican word, warring. They have no clubs. So you could say the children from Panday and the children from Lacasse and the children from Grand Fort is in the same choir in school. No, you know that? So when they finish with the chalk and tack and the tablet, there is no common social group for the children to socialize. So they're warring. Panday can't pass in Lacasse, and Lacasse can't come in Grand Fort. But whose children that are in it? Look on the street and see the increase in vagrancy. Remember, the Minister of Agriculture considered those involved in predial larceny as lunatics and idiots. Speak to the police. You must have a police as your friend. Speak to them, ask them. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, sister, welcome.
I just want to wish you all the best for the new year to you and your family. God bless you. Today, the people of Trinidad have laid to rest the former Prime Minister, politician, father, friend, that of Basdeo Panday. He has served the country for a number of years. And as a Caribbean leader, we join in saying our farewell and goodbye to one of our own Caribbean leaders, one that they would say came from humble beginnings. One of the takeaways I admire from this politician is that of putting family first and always being there for his people and especially his daughters. They speak of him of a good example, a good father, and one that is always supportive. And our Caribbean men must take a page from his book, that of being there for your children, being supportive, and always standing up to assist. God bless you, Mr. Pierre. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, scholar, thank you. Thank you for reminding me about the fox. Panday. Panday was a lawyer. He was an actor. He acted in a few movies. He was a trade unionist and a politician. I had the opportunity to interact with Panday and some of the trade union leaders. And I remember on another occasion, they said they gave him a leave of absence from the trade union to be the prime minister. He was a stand trade union leader. And he was a strong family man. And Panday was grassroots. He was grassroots. And that's one of the challenges some of our politicians have. They're doing as if it's a profession. Panday was involved in the struggle from day one. So may his soul rest in peace. Another strong Caribbean personality has gone to rest. We in our country here must sit down and analyze what is going on with us. This period is a sad period, particularly if you come from the lower income group. This group of politicians, led by Prime Minister Dick Mitchell, is the most hostile group against the elderly, the physically challenged, disadvantaged children, and the marginalized since 1967. This group of politicians dramatize and tell more lies than all other politicians put together since 1967. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Good day, good day.
Yeah.
You listen to the new kid on the block last night?
Who's the new kid on the block? Dick Mitchell?
No,
I didn't hear.
The
What was the thing he said that was important? Tell us.
a lot of things was important.
Well, give us five.
He talk about the new hospital. He talk about the oil and gas. He said the Socioeconomic, if they get it, they go extract it. I don't know if they will get.
Give us another one. New hospital, oil and gas.
The minimum
Next one.
wage.
Minimum wage.
The pension issue. He talk about
the pension issue.
Yeah, he talk about the tuition fee. Talk about a lot
The
of things.
tuition. Which one you like the most?
All of them.
Right. So tell us, what are the negatives now? That
Negative about what?
Because you always.
You don't have no negative there.
All right, no negatives.
Because if you're doing that, I want you to tell me why is the lie. Where you say you pay the pension, there's a lie. You say you pay the tuition fee, Mr. Pierre, there's a lie. Well, I don't know, everything there is a lie. Anyhow, I listened to Oliver Joseph this morning, and he's talking about the bushing.
What did he lie? Oliver lie?
Mr. Pierre.
Tell me 5 things Oliver said. Tell me 5 things Oliver said.
Oliver said that talk about the bushing. Mr. Pierre, well, why you want people to...
Tell me 5 things Oliver said.
You talk about the bushing.
Where is one?
You don't have no... Where you go on the bush?
The
bush is torn by each other.
All right, so give me another one.
But that's the most stupidest thing ever here.
Caller, let's go with me. Caller, walk with me. Caller, walk with me on that. Give me 5 things Oliver said.
Oliver said about the independent if I spend too much money. What is up here?
15. Caller. Give me 5 things Oliver said. He finds the 15 million too much. Right. Next one. Third one. Caller. Third one.
You talk about give 50% house for the independence celebration.
Caller, that's 3. Give me the next one.
He talk about they having convention. They have convention this year.
They say, caller. You say NNP having convention this year?
Yes.
Right. So convention. And what is the last one?
He say that they're looking for a young blood.
And they're looking for young blood and new blood. Which one?
Young people to run for election.
Right. So they're looking for young people.
Yeah, he said they will follow NDC.
So, caller, you see how it's important when we listen to people, we at least come up with 4 or 5 things that they say. And then we look at it. Oliver spoke about debushing, and as far as you're concerned, the whole place clean, there is nothing to cut. What do you say? You're not necessarily. Oh, you gone. Thank you, caller. So, obviously, nice report for him. New hospital, pay the pension, minimum wage, and if you get oil and gas, you're going to deal with it. The Prime Minister have to tell us. The Prime Minister have to tell us who are dictating our foreign policy. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good morning.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, I would like to keep that. I don't know to call it.
Sister, when are they in the rum shop? We doesn't make people go to the rum shop.
Okay.
We listen to them. This program is short, so I want them to punch.
Okay.
Right.
Mr. Pierre, the money what the Prime Minister pay, who it come from?
But it's he that paid, so you see I don't spend no time on it. You see this pension issue is an albatross around the neck, you know. We don't touch the pension issue yet, you know. But I like people to, you know, they have their little in donkey glory, so I don't spoil the thunder.
They just come in, they made the money's there, and they had promised in the campaign they have to do it. But who it come from?
Well, they paid, so we just take that point. Yeah. So the Prime Minister, if the Prime Minister wants us to cease and desist from what we are asking, the Prime Minister to give us answer. The Prime Minister and members of his team got gifts. And we understand some of the gifts they got. Value 30,000 US. They cannot keep it. They have to give it to the Integrity Commission. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre, and Happy New Year to you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pierre, we're going forward and not backward. It's time that you take a stand and put your program in the right way. This man trying to do all kind of things to distract you. Please, don't let that man take effect of you. We Grenadians, we want to know the facts. We want to know the truth. We know that we have a good liar, which is the Prime Minister of Grenada, Carrico and Petit Martinique. He tired tell lies. He lying on his own self, I think. All we need is the truth, and the truth will set us free.
Yes, God.
The truth and the truth alone. It's time that you should put that man in his place. Thank you, Mr. Pierre. Good evening.
Yes, scholar. We have to have a lot of tolerance in Grenada for one another. We have to tolerate one another. I encourage people to have discussion among the homes, the children in the rum shop. Yes, scholar, welcome. Yes, sir. I encourage people to have discussion. You may not agree with what people say all the time. You may not agree how they say it. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good evening.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Yeah. Mr. Pierre, what I realize this government is good is when people jump up behind them and celebrate the victory, they turn back and tell them, pay up the tax or selling the property. You know? That's the most wicked thing I ever heard and all one before never threaten people like that. So they tell them pay the tax or selling the thing. But I don't understand that. And I saw a video with some people around wrong table meeting with Josie's Mark 16 constituency. So when he was asking where the decision coming from and who is the third party, he had to be that come from the maybe New York chapter in the NEC. Because they are wrong table and he marked 16 constituencies, so that means and it's a wrong table meeting they having. So I tell myself that is where all the information coming all the to run Grenada. That is where all information coming from to New York or Because this is what I saw. Yeah, so take care, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, the Prime Minister should tell us what the gifts that he received, he and his ministers. We are hearing loud and clear that they received gifts. One of them was a gold-plated spade. And we are hearing that some of the gifts are in the region of 30,000 US. A politician cannot keep it. You have to give it to the Integrity Commission. We hearing that several ministers of government taking millions of dollars loan from the GDP because they lack the ability to get it from commercial banks. That is unacceptable. That is immoral. That is wrong. The Prime Minister have to go to the Integrity Commission. We have a situation where it seems that we have a third party that is dictating our foreign policy. 50 years after independence, 50 years after we got independent, this is unacceptable. You could have working together with CARICOM, you could have collaboration. But how could you have the ambassador signing the Somora agreement? The Prime Minister claimed he did not give the authority. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs was vehemently against the signing. He said it could contradict the Constitution. He considered it as a sellout of our sovereignty. Then who is the one that gave the authority? We are just hearing that the minister in a cabinet reshuffle, somebody continue to pay the minister's salary. Somebody will continue to pay the minister's salary. That have to be public knowledge. Otherwise, we could interpret it as bribery. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
Yes,
I'm calling
ma'am.
back to tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
You advertising and saying all kind of things. MWAG, the news organization in this country, they backward, they're stupid and they're foolish. They have-
Caller,
they have a president.
hold on a while. We have to avoid this language. You
Alright,
calling them
alright,
caller.
But Mr.
You
Pierre-
caller. Hold on, man. Man, you good. You calling a media organization backward and stupid. We have to avoid this language.
All right.
Yeah,
all
go
right,
ahead.
Mr. Pierre, instead of them people and them go and question the man in the press conference, they fraud the man, they back out, they boycott him. That's stupidness. You had the chance to ask the man all kind of questions. You go and you back out and you come and join with the opposition to overthrow the government. They back out this.
They want to overthrow the government?
Well, that's them. They try to take them out of the
Come
office.
on. Well, that
They join with the opposition and
the
take them
purpose
out
of our opposition is to get rid of the government. You know?
The time with the opposition, with MWAG is one, and the NMP is one. Two of them is in one. NMP boycott.
Thank God me and you not in it, eh?
NMP boycott the parliamentary president. MWAG boycott the media session.
And you see me, you and I don't boycotted nothing. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Why they supposed to go and ask them a question? Why they do that? But no.
But we
They
have to
boycott
ask.
it. They're the one way. I know they want to nonsense for people. Tell them pack up and go.
All right. So the Prime Minister have to tell us, is not the NDC have done a lot of good things, you know. But for who? The NDC has done a lot of good things since they come in office. But for who? So the questions we are asking, the gifts that you receive, you have to bring it to the Integrity Commission. If your child come out to school with an expensive phone, you the parents have to say, child, where you get the phone? You daughter have a nice little phone, child, where you get the phone? They say on-target give you. Child, what on-target give you phone for? You looking so well, on-target can give food. You must ask question. Yes, caller, punch. Caller, welcome.
Ron, that issue.
Yes, my brother.
Understand, remembering. Yes. Remembering. Are you hearing me on the WhatsApp or the...
Caller, just go ahead. We hear you.
Relative to that Ron Red issue, understanding that Ron Red was elected by the people to represent them in Parliament. Here we have the Prime Minister, even though Ron Red himself has never said that he's going to study in the press conference, he never mentioned anything that he himself is going to study. The Prime Minister tells the people that he's going to study. But hear this. If Ron Red is going to study and he's not registered in a local university for a master's degree, because you hear nothing about St. George's University, but he's released of his ministerial post for studying purpose. Here's the thing. In the Parliament, if you miss 3 sessions consecutively without, let's say, a medical report or something like that, and there are other aspects of it that we need the experts or the more knowledgeable people to come and explain to people what that among to. So that if he miss 3 consecutive sessions, he is no longer eligible to represent the people in Parliament where he was chosen to be, not cabinet. Understand that?
Caller.
But if he can't represent them in Parliament.
Caller. The government, the Parliament does not recognize political party. So if he miss 3 consecutive meetings without an excuse, but no mem, family pig. So Ron could give any excuse and the speaker accept it.
But Mr. Pierre, I never said nothing about party. I talk about the man who was chosen to represent the people in Parliament.
Well, he is in Parliament is no mem. He have to give an excuse. So once he tell the speaker of the house, you know already at the university studying, you know already at the home as seeker studying, the speaker could accept it. You know at the Karikou University, I guess the university in Karikou by Devin, they studying. And he could spend 2 years there.
That become a total joke.
Well,
that become a total joke.
Well,
that's not the purpose of the ruling.
But caller, when the man go to seek representation, he tell the people he had to go and study?
Well, that's the point. That's part of it. So that now the people who voted for him, what is going to tell them?
They are political bandit. That is a political bandit. Political
put it that way, but
it's a political bandit. You put it.
Play understanding.
You trick the people, you deceive the people, you shaft the people. It's a political bandit.
I mean, the whole thing is a mockery. That to an extent is sound like. The whole thing sounds like a mockery. So that when the Prime Minister is trying to tell us that Ron is going to study, and that's the reason why he has to leave him out of the cabinet. No, he was fired. For whatever reason, we need
he fired with pay. He fired with pay.
It's not even him to go and study. Nobody knows about that. That doesn't make any sense to anybody.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to anybody because he could study online. Simple.
Yes, thank you. The man has been fired with pay. So Deacon must tell us now who is paying the parliamentary. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Yeah, I just have one question to ask you. Was Mr. Ron Redhead made a political scapegoat or was he the sacrificial lamb? Thank you.
Well, I don't think it was. You see, you have some. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hey, afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, this caller call about pension. Mr. Pierre, I want to call know that pension was paid under the previous government. Pension was paid with the case with Armstrong. Remember, under the previous NDC government, right? What they said, they not pay. They go appeal the case. It concerned to do any pension. And I remember under the NLP administration, when Chester said to the Prime Minister He said, Prime Minister, please, don't appeal a case. And because of the love and the care of the community and his government at that moment, they did not appeal a case. So all they talk about the pension, you have to say kudos to the government at the time that later opened, and they paid money, they paid pension money to workers who deserve it.
Yeah.
And the pension issue again was about they would have paid. But the way the government said they had to put things in place.
Yes, Color, I might have to have a day on this pension issue. Because pension is a continuous issue. And this pension issue is an albatross around our neck. And the government don't understand that. Yeah. So we have to
saying that the pay up there are a lot of people who get no pension money.
Yes, I tell you, it's an albatross. Yes. It's a milestone around the neck. Grade have two pension system. Government is contributing to one, and government is solely responsible for the other. And the otherwise is an albatross. Yes, so we're going to talk about that. Yes, we have to really spend some time explaining this pension issue. I wish Oliver Joseph could have called my program one day and really speak about this pension. Pension is an albatross. It's one of the things that Deacon would come to recognize. That when he was telling lies, he was not properly informed, or he purposely deceived the public. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes,
Pierre.
my
I'm going
sister,
to
welcome.
punch.
Yeah.
Mr. Pierre, what I understand, the people who work for the money, all the caregivers and them, all the bushing workers, every one of them, even some of the nurses too, who work for the money, some of them don't get the money. So I don't blame Ron Redhead. If he could stay home and say he's studying, or he could lie down in his bed and he could sleep, and the government give him the money, take the money. He didn't beg them for it. As soon as the ministers and them come in, they get big money. NMP work hard, and they didn't. NMP ministers work hard, and they didn't get that big money. As soon as the NDC ministers and them come in, they get big money. First it was 2,000, then 5,000. So I don't blame them. They love money. The minister said, the prime minister said, Grenadians deserve a lot of money. So he's giving them money. So nothing been done. So they have right to complain and take the money. So we, all the other people complaining because they are not getting any money. Instead, it's sending them home. What can you see?
Yes. Yes. And I think Deacon have to answer this question first. All the people in the diaspora have to ask Deacon. Or maybe the school children who study in politics and social studies and economics. Or the children in the secondary school. Ask Deacon that the gift that he received, he and his ministers, bring it in front of the Integrity Commission. One. Number two, that government hierarchies are taking loan from the GDB Bank. That is unacceptable. Second, who are paying the minister? Who is the individual, which is the third party, are paying the minister, who is the parliamentary representative, who has just been removed from the cabinet? We understand he's still going to get his pay. So who will be giving him money? Third, the CBI program, several ministers are agents. That is opening a cesspool of corruption. Next one, give us some information on the hotel bill. Over 40,000 US hotel bill run up by a minister and a spouse. I don't know if it's male spouse or female spouse and a spouse. Why do we have an ambassador for diaspora affairs and it do it seems and appear that this ambassador is being paid to raise funds for the National Democratic Congress? Prime Minister, you need to tell us that. We have to constantly ask this question. If you wouldn't answer us, that somebody in the diaspora going to be brave enough to ask you that. Or the children in National College or in secondary school would ask you that. You see, while these things is going on, the government is shuffling the money. The elderly is crying out. Sholian Robinson is crying. Sholian is crying out. Two different Sholian. Sholian and Sholian Robinson. I can't remember the next one, Sholian's surname. Let me leave out his surname still. They're crying out. The workers, we have the last caller. Caller, you have to punch. Let's go, caller. Punch.
Good afternoon.
Punch.
The gift money the minister get, that came from Switzerland. He came with it in a briefcase. And that is his money, is me that money.
All right, caller, thank you. So the Prime Minister going to tell us that. We want the Prime Minister to tell the people in the Integrity Commission that. Mr. Prime Minister, tell the people in the commission the money that you're going to pay, run. Where you get this money? Who is the third party? Is it from the same individuals who are dictating our foreign policy? You have to tell us that. And members of the National Democratic Congress, it is good for you all to be able to defend all the government without just firing a little blow and run. I am an individual that like to engage the NDC individuals. Anyway, I meet them as engage them. And I meet them in the rum shop too. They can't answer. They're running, they're hiding. And you must ask them. Ask them these questions. That is how we're going to make a better Grenada. As we celebrate 50 years, you have individuals crying out. The guy said the whole country clean. You don't need no debushing. You know. And these are the sad stories. Tomorrow we have with us on the program a gentleman is going to launch his book, speak about his book. That is my brother Alban Olive from River Sally, Carrier area, Belle School, SAS, Canada. So the whole lot. So we're going to have him on our program tomorrow in discussion. Alban Olive. We're going to have him on our program and we're going to speak about his book and his other writings. He likes to write. He's an artist. So we'll speak about it. As we encourage the women of this country, remember what Jesus Christ told the women of Jerusalem. Weep for yourself and for your children. Pay attention to your children in school. Let us make certain that when they exit school, they could be competitive on the job market. We're back with you tomorrow. Thank you. God's will.